Sup, my name is Ryu for the TheYugiohCouncil. You're watching the next meta, which is a meta-based discussion video, and this week we are talking about, and first let's get a slow clap for it being back. I did take a break last week from the next meta because I just want to kind of recharge my batteries up and get into good discussions. And I'm just kind of taking a step back, looking at what you guys said that you would like to see on the council and trying to see how to approach all that. And it's a lot of stuff, so bear with me. Now the other thing is that I want to say about this is there's no right, there's no wrong. What I say is to create a discussion in those comments, and I do actually talk to you guys. And I know recently I've been kind of busy, so I haven't talked as fast as I usually do when it comes to answering your comments, but I'm still there, so hello. Alright, so let's talk about this. How do you test, and how do you play test, and where do you play test? Do you play test at a friend's house? Your imaginary friend? I've done it before, I'm not even gonna fucking lie, where basically I play out every situation, and this is how much OCD I have in my head. Is basically I would have one side of the mat just my shit, and then the other side of the mat the opponent, and then play out every situation to try to overcome and react faster to it. And something that you may have noticed I've said in other videos is the reaction. And that's why we play test, is so we can react to these things faster, at least in my opinion. So, for you, for the people who play test on Dueling Network, how well does that work for you? How does it translate when you're actually playing IRL? And this doesn't just go for meta and competitive-based players, this just go for everyone, and hence why the next meta is such a good thing, because you can pull in the people that don't really play meta and be like, oh my god, it makes sense. So, for me, I don't like testing online. That's number one. And that actually causes a problem. I like testing online to seeing how a deck functions, what's its playstyle, is it right for me, like Chaos Dragons is right for me. I like the speed, the aggression, the aggression, it just fucking so good. And then the thing is, like, if it matches to your playstyle, 90% of the time you'll do pretty damn well with the deck, as I've done with Chaos Dragons to a point. And even against meta, it's pretty good. Now, one thing I do want to quickly touch upon is I'm not currently entering regionals or YCSs. I have in the past, but it's going to be about 6 months off because I'm planning other things for the council right now that are more important than me entering regionals. Sad face. If I wasn't, how do I put this very nicely? If I wasn't at the stage of where I'm taking the council and going with it and running down that, down that freaking football field, then I'd probably be entering a YCS or a regional tomorrow. But like I said, there's a lot of things that are being worked on with this channel, and just fucking amazing. But we'll get to that. Back to the point. So I like YGO Pro, Deck Pro, Dueling Network to see how a deck is, what's its playstyle, what's the meat and bones behind this. I like IRL testing, which means in real life, in case you didn't know, actually in person, seeing across someone, because you can have a discussion, you can be friendly, you can fuck around, or you can just be quiet. I kind of like quiet. Now, you notice when I duel against Mikey, I say a lot of stupid shit to him because we're friends, it's a friendly environment, you're not stressed out. That's a good feeling. I think everyone needs that once in a while as a play with their friends. And to me, even if you're just full-on competitive, that's a good way to get that balance of playtesting. But we are talking about playtesting, so let's go straight 100% into it. When I playtest, I like to feel the physical cards if I own them. If not, I like to proxy them. And proxy basically is a card in place of another card. Just in case you didn't know, you gotta get that in there. And it basically allows you to play the card before you buy it. So playing online allows you to see the play style, and playing offline allows you to basically see how the deck would shuffle for you and your shuffling system. And the thing I've made this argument many times is it's hard to playtest online because of the shuffling system. It doesn't take in the weight percentage of each card, and that sounds really crazy, and no one in their right fucking mind is going to sit there and count every weight of every single card because of the hologram, or because it's ultra, because it's common, or because it's this set or that set. But it is an actual fact that basically it can affect the way you shuffle, and it can affect the way the order of the cards are, taking about, I don't know, say 2% of the luck out of the game. So there's that. But that could just be my mind overworking things that should not be overworking. But when it comes to playtesting, it works for me. For you guys, I noticed, keyword I noticed, a lot of people like Dev Pro because you can go out there and you can try everything that's out there. Dueling Network was the first one, was the first one to do this in the sense of being able to play online, and then the YGO/DevPro, which is the same basic shit, came on and said, we're going to do our thing now, we're going to do it better. And honestly, they do. But, I mean, some people like Dueling Network, so it is what it is, but then you got to argue with more people, so. I mean, with DevPro, you got to worry about rulings being proper and timing being proper, and it's just IRL dueling. Your responses are just quicker, they make more sense. As long as you know your shit, then you're fine. For me, when it comes to playtesting into a new deck, it can be very, very like, so I just want to put everything on the fucking board that I could put in, I don't give a shit about winning. That's my mindset at first. I'm not even going to lie to you. That really is. Because I want to see how far I can push the deck. It's not about winning or losing. It's about how far I can take this. What's my, what can I bring out? How do I bring this out? How do I bring that out? Maybe I'm just crazy for doing that, but hey, you know what? It allows me to basically know where my deck's limit goes into. Like, say with Shadows, I got fusions, I got my synchros, I may have an Exceed thrown in there, and it's like, whoa, having these three things you won, that's kind of all over the place. Alright, how do I utilize this best, at least for me? So when you play test, the question mainly is, where do you like to play test? How do you play test? And how long do you play test? For me, I play test for about 6 damn hours. And that's just ridiculous. And a lot of that play testing is either on Dev Pro or IRL with Mikey or freaking, well, besides Mikey, there's other people. Just saying. Not just you, Mikey. There's Yoshi. There's, I'm not going to go down the list. Yoshi's going to be pissed at me for even saying his damn name. He's really going to be. But the point is, and there's also NeoSpark, and there's Yugi504, and okay, we're getting off the list now. The point is that if you have a locals by you, it's a great experience to go play test there. If you don't have that, you have Dev Pro to play test. But it's good to have both of them if possible, because it just makes it more fun and less stressful to play test and see where the fuck your deck goes. I mean, when it comes to playtesting, my first rule is playtest the core of the deck, then see what techs you could fit in there, hence why we have Tech Tuesday. What can you squeeze into that deck? What's going to make the most sense? And I mean, that's the one thing I love about Dev Pro is because you have access to over 6,000 cards for only 0.00 because it doesn't cost you shit. And even though Konami wanted you to buy that one, and yes, I missed Tag Force was amazing, and it was also a good way to play test, to a certain extent, because the problem with Tag Force, I'm going to touch upon this real quick, the problem with Tag Force and play testing with something like Tag Force is it couldn't update fast enough. If Konami would put out like DLC patches, just make them free or 25 cents or whatever, then you'd be able to do it with the current set and be able to test it. With Dev Pro and Dueling Network, it's free, it's unlimited, and well, you can't take it on the go unless you got a laptop, and you can find wireless at Starbucks or some shit like that. But if you can, there you go. You can play test on the go. I can play test on the bus because my bus got fucking Wi-Fi. Yeah, man, yeah. I mean, it's crazy. You can play test nearly everywhere and anywhere if you basically do it right. Alright, so we only have 1 minute to go because I'm prepping for stock market, and there is a 25 fucking minute dual video coming out between me and Mikey. Non means no, not a post commentary, and freaking just raw shit, and best of 3, and the last part he had to go, so he speeded it up. It was amazing, and I hope you all check that out. But to wrap this video up, I like playtesting offline. I'm not an online person when it comes to playtesting. I like feeling the damn cards in the sleeves and the colors and shit like that. I'm just crazy about that shit. But for you guys, it may be different. Let me know in the comments, how do you playtest? What do you prefer? There's no right, there's no wrong answer. We are here to create a discussion pool because it just is amazing to talk to you guys about this. It's like one giant forum, but on YouTube. but that's what they call content. You know what? Fuck that. I'm losing my mind again. Anyway, I'm reading for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. Make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe only if you liked the video. Only if you enjoy the content, and help us get up to 4,000 and 9,000 and 10,000. You know how it goes. Every YouTuber says it. So, thanks for watching. Till next time. Peace.